Hello, everybody. My name is Eric Wilson. Welcome to the -1 episode of Sunday Morning Cartoons and Cereal. That's right, you're waking up with Sunday Morning Cock, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for coming in. Again, my name is Eric Wilson. We're going to try and do this mostly every Sunday. So let's get in the habit of waking up with Sunday Morning Cock. That being said, without further ado, I would like to introduce to you our very first guest on the episode. Please welcome Tyler Hammond.
What's going on, everybody? How we doing? Tyler here. I'm actually the host of the THComedy Bus podcast. Check it out. We're all over YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. Glad to be here with Eric. Eric, how you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. How are you doing?
Dude, I've been up since 7:30. I've been pretty excited about this -1.
Yeah. Like I said, I messaged you as soon as I rolled out of bed. I bought new sheets. When I streamed before, I bought sheets. I had a green sheet I used for a green screen. So I said, I'm going to Target. I'm buying a green sheet. I need sheets anyways. It's gonna work out great. The green sheet was not green enough for the green sheet screen. But hey, I slept with brand new sheets last night. I bought a new pillow. I had new sheets, new pillowcase, new pillow. I slept like a baby, and that's why I'm late this morning. So it's kind of funny how the show kind of worked it out. Like I'm trying to wake up early for the show, and me getting ready for the show caused me to sleep in because I was comfortable. But that's okay, baby steps. That's all I'm getting old, right? It's
Sounds
all
like
about getting old.
sounds like green wasn't the original choice for the new bedding that
Yeah,
you originally
yeah.
wanted.
I mean to frame my bedding around the availability for that color to be chroma keyed on the stream. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
that's just how I operate personally, which is that's the way it is.
Could you imagine pornos with green sheets?
The key kind of gets messed up, and it's like you put a stain on the green screen. It's like it doesn't work anymore.
You
I
just see a guy with you just see a guy with no cock going in.
Okay. Okay. All right. That really reminds me. So we went camping to a place called Nelson Ledges in Ohio. I think I talked to you about it already. So we're there for a Halloween event, and my friend had a projector, and he's like, "Oh, we don't have a screen." He's like, "Oh, I have a sheet." So he pulls out a sheet, and it's the sheet he had from when they dressed up as a sheet ghost. So it's a sheet with two holes in it. The holes are right in the middle. And I'm like, this doesn't look good, dude. Like, this is a bad look. Just a huge white sheet with two holes in it. I'm like, this is not a good look. And then, so I go up to it and I stick my hand through the one hole and then I stick my hand back through the other hole to where I'm touching myself. I'm like, is this one of the new glory holes I've been hearing about? uh, yeah, that was a good time. No, the white ghost sheet is not. It's not a good. It's not a good thing. Yeah, people are gonna think a certain way about you.
I
Um,
know it used to be innocent in the '90s, and then racism uh, blew up at some point, and then and then they were like, no more ghost costumes, dude.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. So, no,
like it
we're
doesn't
not doing
have to
it.
have a point. It's
We
it's the metaphor.
we used to be a proper country. There was a comedian the other day talking about open mics. One of his premises was talking about double standards, and he just had some bits of double standards. And my retort to that was like, yeah, well, this kid's hitting me. Why can't I clock him back? You know what I mean? Like, hey, this guy's using the N word. Why can't I use the N word? Like, yeah, there's
Can I hit? Can I hit
yeah,
my vape?
100%. Yeah, this is definitely if that's what you yeah, you
Can
can
I hit both my vapes?
you can do it all day. You can tag team it.
All
Yeah,
right,
here I'll hit it
all
with
right,
you.
cool. I just wanted to make sure I can hit my vape.
This
That's
is
for sure.
a very friendly stream to mind management. You know what I mean? It's all about mind management.
I get that. I get that. I had to
So
clear it.
let's try to stay on topic at least a little bit. This is definitely going to go off the rails consistently and constantly, but I'm okay with that. So to stay on topic, we're talking about Sunday mornings. In this case, the Sunday morning is just a mention of when we're doing it, but the feeling and nostalgia is more for the Saturday morning vibe. Okay,
Mm,
so it's not exact, but the
I'm
idea, the
trying to.
concept, the thought was the Saturday morning waking up as a kid with nothing to do. What do you got? You
Time
know what I
to.
mean? How are you gonna handle that? I think you might even see it bleeding into here a little bit, but is this gonna work? It's kind of,
Ooh.
there we go. This for the spirit of the show, I decided to get I was walking around the grocery store with my son yesterday. I said, what's my favorite cereal? When I think of waking up Saturday morning, getting cereal, watching cartoons, what do I think of? Cinnamon Toast
All
Crunch
of
is
them.
in the running. Reese's peanut. I mean, whatever mom got, right? It's whatever mom
Yeah.
got. But on that perfect, when I
Whatever you
just,
begged hard enough for.
yeah, when I think about that perfect morning, right? And that's, hey, maybe that's a topic I would like to talk about too. Is like, what's a perfect Saturday morning for you as a kid, right? So, for me, it was Reese's peanut butter puffs, cartoons. I'd say probably. I don't have any specific ones in mind because right there's different. When I was younger, I remember waking up early, and we'd have Bozo the Clown from Chicago, like the broadcast. Do you remember we had multiple Bozo the Clowns at one point? There was multiple Bozo the
I
Clowns. Are
remember.
you
I
old enough to
remember.
remember?
Yeah, yeah. I remember Bozo the Clown being like basically the pinnacle of nightmare fuel that everybody became afraid of clowns after that. And then
We.
Stephen King was like, "Hey, I'm going to capitalize." And then boom, it was made, which is now
Mm,
progressive. It's they them. Stephen
mm.
King is now.
Wow. So you're saying Bozo the Clown changed the world? Is that what
uh,
you're getting at?
he shook the ground beneath his oversized feet. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. So that being said, Tyler, what's your version when you think back? Like paint the picture for me. What was your childhood like? You don't have to get that deep.
Man,
You don't have to get that deep.
no, I had a very very nice childhood. My mom raised me, so basically got pretty spoiled being the only kid. It was nice, dude. I got to like fucking wake up and had my own little TV, little 17-incher, dude, with the
Okay.
VCR. What's the VCR
Yeah.
combo, bro? Brand new.
Yeah. It wasn't a SpongeBob one, was it?
No, well, I did have one of those. I'm not
Did
gonna
you
lie,
really?
I did.
The VCR
Yeah,
SpongeBob one?
I did have one of those,
Okay.
and then I upgraded to the 17-inch there, and and then I remember like waking up, and the first thing I had it programmed to Dragon Tales. It would wake me up as an alarm, like Dragon Tales, and I'd be like, "Whoa, okay, I'll watch it." And then like I remember watching Blue's Clues,
Okay.
dude, and then like hopping over uh to Pokemon when that came on. I used to
Okay.
wake up at 4 a.m. to watch the reruns of that show,
Oh
dude. I
wow.
loved it. And my
Wow.
favorite cereal, I think it was just a combination of everything because I was
Yeah.
such a fat fuck.
It's just
Yeah,
whatever. It's like, what mama get today?
yeah.
What? Yeah.
I was
Okay.
like, oh, there's little. I loved it when there was like little bits of 3 boxes left. I'd be like, fucking mosh
Okay.
pit.
Did you see the cereal bar at Forest?
The what?
The cereal bar down on Main Street?
Yes,
Okay.
I did.
That's
That
the
was very.
vibe. That's an energy. That's definitely a place where people roll out of bed, and I mean they're eating cereal all day, but to like roll up out of bed, rub your eyes, barely be able to see, and then just like I'm just gonna go get some cereal. Like who doesn't want that?
Oh my
Cartoons.
gosh,
I
so
mean
popular.
honestly, like the cereal bar at Forest is very similar to the energy that we're trying to capture here. 'Cause they literally have like cartoons playing on the background and stuff like while you're eating.
Absolutely. For those who don't know, Electric Forest is a magical place, and there's a bunch of really random stuff that make every moment magical. And a cereal bar in the middle of the forest is one of those. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely, if you have a spare $1,600, I would suggest going.
Just laying
It's
around, not doing anything for you.
incredible. Or you can do what we do and just not pay for it. We
Mm-hmm.
we find other means.
Yeah, yeah. And honestly, I don't know how well it would work now, but like I used to be able to get a ticket like last minute full send for like 150. 150
uh,
for because here's the thing, let you in on a little secret. This is a little secret. This is inside baseball, Tyler. Here's the
listen
deal.
up.
So
Yeah,
you have groups of people that have met over the years that they always go to the same show. They always run into each other. They end up becoming friends. Hey, I want to go to this show. Hey, I want to go to. So they start traveling as groups. And then within the group, you always have a group leader that handles all the money. They're probably an accountant in their real life or whatever. That's just, you have a squad. Everybody's got their skills. Everybody's good at different things. So you got your accountant buddy who's like, listen, we're going to do a group tickets. We're going to save money. I'll handle it all. I need X amount of dollars from every single one of you. I'll handle the rest. Awesome. Who doesn't like having a friend like that? Making it easy on them. They buy the tickets. They buy the group package. They have everything ready. They have their list, their short list of everything. Da 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 da. Well, guess what? Diane can't go. Well, guess what? Diane already paid. So now we got an extra
yeah.
ticket. So now what's going to happen? They're going to show up. They're going to set up or they're going to show up and they can't get in until they sell their ticket. So
I
what are
tell
they
you
going
what,
to do? They're going to
Diane's gonna be depressed.
Diane's going to be pissed because they only got $100 for their ticket because they're trying to get
That's
in
right.
and they're
That's
trying to
right.
party. That's it, dude.
Thank you, Diane.
The ticket's
You're
already
the.
paid for. The $100 is irrelevant. That's just drug money at that point, allegedly.
That's what I'm
That's
saying, man. Here's $150 for your depression, Diane. Like,
and at that point, honestly, the accountant's taking that money for the asshole tax. Like that's my drug money
right.
you know what I mean? Like that's so
We need more ketamine.
it's it's a last minute full send, but it's risky, it's scary. Nobody wants to like bank their entire weekend on being able to, but that's why people pay more money for that security.
Yep.
That's old school. Like people give up freedom and whatnot for security. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like
Yeah, I basically relinquish like 2 paychecks to eForest for the security that they don't let me wander off into the actual forest part.
yeah.
And they do a great job. They basically corral a bunch of tripping motherfuckers, and it's kind of great.
So let's get into this. So rather than zooming in real quick, allow me to kind of set it up a little bit. So when you talk about if you bring up that you're a stand-up comedian and somebody will say, "Oh, do you know so and so?" They always want to respond with something that they know in relation to comedy that you might know, okay? I think we do that a lot where we always try to find we try to guess the common denominator for the sake of the conversation. For instance, electric forest gets brought up. What's the response from the normie right now? What kind of normie response do you get if you mention electric forest at all?
Oh, ladies mosh pit.
Well, I wasn't thinking there. I was thinking more of the negative topic.
No, I know,
You
I
know,
know. I just it's everyone's like bringing it up, dude. And honestly, it's the dark comic in me that made a joke about it immediately. I've said it on
I
stage twice. It's great.
I did too. That's man. They had to really exhaust all their options to get to Plan P.
There's still
Yeah, that's
like
that. I don't want ever want to say that on stage, but yeah, that's where my mind went, was trying to make a joke about it. Something that I was deeply bothered by. So I'll admit, I was
yeah.
bothered. I was triggered. It bothered me. So,
It's uh
and I don't want to go
fuck.
down that road. The reason I bring that up is I think sometimes I think people do it with hack comedy. Is like, what's the easiest low hanging fruit to mention, right? And like, what's something like, I don't know, because the normal person doesn't know about the magic of electric force. The normal person doesn't know why it's so special to so many people. It's
No,
not
it's just on
it's
the news
not
about this now.
yeah,
Yeah,
and now it's a PR battle. So
yeah.
I guess I want to say that to say this is the things that make something great aren't always what's known to the average person, and I think with stand-up comedy and stuff like that it can be a lot like that. Like you talk to somebody and they're like, be funny guy. um they start mentioning people you've never heard of, or you start talking about somebody with TikTok who has 1 million followers, and it's like the perception of what they want to talk about is just it's lowest common denominator stuff, right? I don't know necessarily the reason I bring that up is so much is like, the magic, it's special. Yeah, it bothered me. I'm sure it bothered you, but the beauty of the interactions that you have with people. Yeah, everyone, half the people are on drugs. You're never talking to them again. You get somebody's number, you're like, oh, we're gonna be best friends forever, and it's like 4 years later, you're like, who the fuck is Chuck from Palinuk? Like, like so.
Dude,
I
I
don't know.
still have like countless of contacts in my phone from all the people I've met over festivals, and I don't think I've hit but like two of them up.
Oh, so that reminded me. I mean, I'm not trying to stay on topic or anything. I'm just trying to bullshit. But I do remember meeting one guy at Forest and mentioning comedy. Um, I find it as I get older, I find it really interesting is how when you talk to people, how they respond to it. Are they responding in a way of how it applies to them, or are they responding in a way where they're listening and you're having a back and forth? And as a person who is probably on the spectrum. We're on the spectrum, and blah blah. That's why they call it a spectrum. As a person who's probably on the spectrum is like, we respond in a way where we feel relate. Like I relate to that. Let me tell you how I relate to that. But some people just they're like, I just want to tell you about me. But so this one guy
Yeah.
we were talking about Kill Tony, and he was saying he's never done stand up before, but he wants to go on Kill Tony because he doesn't think he'd do good for the 1 minute, but he thinks he'd kill the interview. When I say that, how do you respond? Like, where does your brain go when you hear somebody say something like that? Like,
Okay, it makes
I've never
me.
done stand up, but I'll kill the interview, and I want to go because I'll kill the interview.
I think it makes me like. I don't know. It's probably because I put my heart and soul into the craft, and that it takes me so long to develop my minute. You know what I mean? That I try so hard, and I'm building this bus to go on tour, and I'm eventually going to hit Texas up, and I'm going to go for Kill Tony. And if those spots are taken up by people that just don't care and that aren't prepared, it does frustrate me as a comedian. As someone who just aspires to get their 15 minutes of fame, I can see the allure, but and they mention it a lot. Don't fucking come unprepared. And it's like I seriously can't stress it enough, dude. Like I know it gives the show its like unpredictability or
Mm-hmm.
whatever,
Yeah.
but like I've done the podcast interview with like two Kill Tony guests, and both of them told me like you get pre-screened. Like there is like a little bit of movie magic inside of Kill Tony. You know what I mean?
Oh, inside baseball.
So like
Wow.
whenever they pull the name, they want to make sure like they're not fucking just letting like a drug addict on.
That's
Well,
okay.
any drug addict, you know what I mean?
Just any drug addict. Is he funny? Is he a funny drug addict? Is it
Yeah,
funnier than? Is it funnier than sad?
he has to be like a safe kind of crazy. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? So like, yeah, that's really kind of what they're looking for. But at the same time, dude, yeah, like I'm trying to get my minute up there because I know my minute is worth something, and I know like I've been a comedian for a little over 2 years now, and it's really been uh, kind of like an art and a struggle. You know what I mean? I've taken the bombs. I'm paying my dues. You know what I mean? And I'm eating bullets out there, but I'm also getting better, dude. I'm working so hard at it. Every spare second of my time's getting into this shit. So you ask me how I feel, fuck that guy. He's such
That's
an asshole.
I gotta be honest. I want to be. welcoming and open and a kind of person where people don't feel judged and can be themselves around. But no, that as I do want to share a little bit of judgment on that statement. I do feel that um, when you're given an
So I've been the guy that
opportunity like that, you have to have respect for the you have to have respect for the opportunity, not the opportunity, because I think that's all you want is the opportunity. You have no respect for it. You're just scratching that scratch off. That's all you're doing.
yep.
No, I do find it disrespectful. I do. It's like, hey, you do you, but I'm gonna find that disrespectful. I'm not gonna inherently respect you as an artist if you're treating an opportunity like that for other art. But then I start finding myself, well, now I'm sounding like how I hear people judge Chicago comics, to where you're in the sense of you go to an open mic from out of the area and you go to a Chicago open mic and it's a whole bunch of Chicago comics who don't give a shit about your time. They just want their 3 minutes. They're not listening. And then
Well,
you or you go to LA and you're taking stage. It's that's more so with LA stage time, is if you're not a real comic and you're trying to get open mic stage time out in San Diego or LA, they're like, who the fuck are you taking time from me?
well, I mean, tough shit. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like it's a comics
So, but
game.
that's
We're gonna be
that's
touring.
but at the same
Yeah,
time, that's kind of like I can see both sides in that sense from that, right? Like
yeah.
I get
Like
it.
I feel like if you're just funny though, like that's all you need, bro. Like that's
Hmm.
the golden ticket. If you're fucking funny, then you're
Yeah.
funny. And then if you get up on these stages in different states and you're just sitting there making everybody involuntarily laugh like you're supposed to as a comic, then you ain't got shit to worry about. They can
Yeah.
sit there and hate all they want. This is your fucking game, bro.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you gotta have. I was talking about this last night. I was like, it's a very double-edged sword when it comes to the ego of a comedian. It really is because
Hmm.
a
You got to
you only
sharpen
want
it,
your
and yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
yeah you no like a you want your ego to only show on the stage. You know what I mean? Like you want to have the biggest cock in the room when you're on that stage, but when you're off that stage, dude. Like it is good to have like all your fellow people want to like succeed with you. You know what I mean? It's a way better feeling than being the best, trust me. But at the same time, you've got to have that mentality like I have something different. I'm going to fucking make it. Because if you don't have that, you don't believe in yourself, you're not gonna fucking make it, and you're not gonna have it. You gotta have this sense of confidence. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I've seen comics. It happens every now and then, man. But they don't have like great material, but they'll go on stage with so much confidence that it fucking pulls it off. And
Hmm.
like as a real comic, you see that shit, you're like, poor writing, but great
Yeah.
delivery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude,
Like great delivery.
yeah.
This guy's got it. Yeah. So it fucking you really I don't know. I'm pretty high. I don't. I forgot where we were
I
going with it.
well, you're it's a double-edged sword. You got to have the confidence.
Yes,
You got to, like, yeah, and also somebody else might be doing something that it isn't you,
dude.
but
Stay
you
humble
still got to
too.
recognize, yeah.
Yeah,
I never got into stand up because I wanted to be famous. I know that's the motivation for some people. I've been wanting to do it since I was 20, and I just finally pulled the trigger. I went to the club with a friend, and at the end of it, I said I feel comfortable in this environment, and I think I
hmm
want to do it. And within a week, I signed up for my first open mic, and within a few weeks, I did my first open mic. So
yeah.
um, but yeah, when you said double edged sword, I got a mental image of it is a double edged sword, because you're gonna take that sword and you're gonna sharpen it, and then you're gonna slam it up against concrete, and then you're gonna ding it up, and then you're gonna sharpen it again, and then you're gonna fold it over, and then you're gonna reforge it, and you're gonna sharpen it again, and it's like dude. Um,
Well,
the
I tell
things
you
that
what,
bring you
man.
up will bring you down, and like it's just you gotta be ready. You're gonna be strapped into a roller coaster, and you're not gonna have a whole lot of options of where you're going. And you can bless you all the time, right? You can control what
I
you can control.
I actually, I know this is your stream, man, but I actually have a question for you. I was going to ask this
Okay,
to
yeah,
Patrick.
it's all
I was going
good.
to ask this to, yeah, Patrick Murray. Do you know him?
Mm-mm.
Like he's a very well known comedian here in Indiana. He's having a very growing success. Very funny guy. I'm having him here on the cast, and one of the questions I was going to have him answer was, with growing success, how do you keep your ego in check? So I want to ask you, since you're so new into this adventure and you're doing a really good steady climb up the ladder, you're taking this seriously. You're streaming cast right now, showing innovation, so you can have burnable material. Like,
Mm-hmm.
proud of you, dude. Actually, so
Yeah.
with success to grow, how do you believe that you can keep your ego in check?
Well, the very fact that you are growing and getting better means that you are going to get some form of validation that's going to you're going to get some form of continuous confirmation that you're succeeding and doing well at what you're trying to do. So if you go to an open mic and you murder and you go to another open mic and you murder and you're murdering for a couple weeks, that's the sports equivalent of being undefeated. You know what I mean? Like I'm 7-0 up in here. Like how can you not feel some form of nobody can tell me nothing? I mean,
You're feeling pride, but I'm talking about like when the numbers start generating, when you start getting calls to get flown out. You know what I mean? Like when you start getting like social medias to be paying out like money that's sustainable for a living habit. You know what I mean?
mhm,
Like that's what I'm saying. Like once you start reaching those areas and you know that like you're on that different cut, like how do you keep your fucking humbleness like down at that point? Because I feel like a lot of people lose themselves into this kind of overgrown ego, which is also the double-edged sword of what we were talking about earlier.
mhm,
So like I don't know how I do it. I guess like to answer my question, I would just try to remember that I'm human. We're on a rock in space. So how big is my success and problems really? You
mhm,
know what I mean? Like I guess I would look at the bigger picture of it all. But like it's a good question to ask someone else because, to the normal person it's like, fuck yeah, dude, like I'm the shit. And then you walk
mhm,
into a room and Dave Chappelle's headlining, and you still get that shadow cast on over you. You know what I mean? Or like you do a set and you got a little too fucked up because you've been celebrating a little too much.
mhm,
You know what I mean? So like, I feel like there's parts that can humble you, but how do you do it
mhm.
yourself?
So I mean, you're asking a ways out, right? Like it. I'm almost feeling like I'm dreaming, just even speculating that that's even a possibility. Um, but so I would like to backtrack a little bit because I told you earlier I used to stream every day for like over 2 years. Do you know what D Live was? So D Live was an attempt to try to put live streaming in with cryptocurrency, and it's I was literally like one of the first 5 streamers on the platform. Eventually, they had PewDiePie streaming there. That was completely a cash grab. That was irrelevant. I don't know if you know Goose Wayne, the guy who bald.
Mhm.
He was old school streamer on D Live for a long time.
Shout out Goose Lane.
Shout out Goose Wayne, very funny. But he was on there. There was another guy that dressed up as the Joker, so he'd try to have like a like he'd try to have like a whatever little rivalry. But
Yeah.
at any rate, so I got to see people. It was a community. It was a platform that focused really a lot on the community and family, and it was all smoke and mirrors. It was just their strategy, uh, and it created a fast small streamer growth to where small streamers went to big streamers on the platform, big small fish or big fish in a small pond, right? I saw them get gassed up and start smelling their own farts and how they react, and they start thinking they're a certain way because they have a couple subscribers, because they're getting a couple $100 in subs, because they're big on the platform. They start getting this feeling about themselves, and I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen this one friend. Like I was always gassing her up, and people were always gassing her up, and she just started believing it a little too much that she was untouchable, and it's like, who did you turn into? Like, we've
Yep.
always been supportive of you, and like now you think you're better than everybody. Like, we're the ones that gassed you up to where you're at now, and now you're better than us. Like, it was weird.
So yeah, it's a good question on how one is able to keep themselves in check with growing success. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I thought that. Yeah. So like,
I don't
how
have
would
an
you
answer
feel?
because I don't know how it feels yet. So I would say like in that case I was kind of a big fish in a smaller pond to where I didn't get like big success on the platform, but I there would be streams where I'd get a couple hundred viewers. Like I was the person who would say the stuff on the platform that when everybody was being nice and like not saying the truth, I'd be the guy that comes out and says, "Hey man, we're kind of avoiding this conversation because it's a tough conversation." And I would have streams like that to where the whole platform would watch those conversations play out. And that was kind of
Yeah.
my thing on that platform. So um, I got to see the rise and fall, egos and growth and communities and Goose Wayne transferring that to another platform. Like he was already somebody before D Live. He was using D Live as a platform. And then once that came
Mm,
out, so like to see people fail once D Live was pulled out from underneath them, how they were unable because they were completely held up by the platform. They thought there was something special when it was just a platform holding them up, and I don't know, man. How do you stay humble? I think I'm going to be 42 this month. That may be a surprise to some people, but I've lived a decent life of ups and downs, and who I am now is not who I was 2 years ago. I feel that if anything, I'm much more equipped for anything to come my way, good or bad. So I think I'm more ready than I would have been had I tried comedy in 20 years ago.
man, I gotta tell you, I don't have any regrets in life except I wish I would have started this sooner. I am
I'm torn.
so
I'm
I'm
torn,
envious,
man.
dude. I wish I had that. I wish in my 20s I'd have started, dude, because I'm telling you, man, like I had like a fucking book log of people that I made laugh so hard they passed out, pissed themselves shit, or fucking something else. And I was
Mhm.
like, I got something. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah.
I mean? Like, let me do this. So if, I should have done it in my 20s, bro, but I started uh, a little over 2 years ago. I'm 35 now. So, you know, I guess um, I'm work hardened.
Sure.
If that makes sense, I got a little more wisdom or
I think we're
whatever.
gonna appreciate I think we're both appreciating what we have more than we would have had we been younger. But at first I was like, no regrets, no regrets, no regrets. And then I'm like, wait a minute. I lived in Pensacola, Florida in my early 20s. I don't know, man. I could have went up and down the panhandle hitting up open
I lived
mics.
in I lived in Clearwater in my early 20s.
Really? Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
dude, we were right down the road. We
yeah,
were like 40
I
minutes
went
away from each other.
Clearwater? You're that's not the panhandle, is it?
No, no, no. Oh, wait. You said
I'm at
Pensacola?
Yeah, I was at the end of the panhandle, like almost to Alabama. I'm surrounded by Alabama.
I'm thinking
They
of Sarasota. Never
I
mind.
gotcha. Yeah, so I went down there after Hurricane Ivan, and then I was down there for Katrina. Katrina hit on my 21st birthday, like within 24 hours of my 21st birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah,
Fucking shit, dude.
yeah.
Look
I
at your
got
present. You get a hurricane.
yeah, dude. That was fun. That was fun. But no, now that you say that, that actually has got me thinking. I'm like, no, that actually I do regret not doing stand up now because I remember being down in Florida and we're at a like you said, I was with a group of like 15 people and I was just holding court, man. I was just making them laugh until they couldn't breathe for just, you know, an hour.
Dude,
Just
I was partying with the fucking college kids over there. I was like a little older than they were,
yeah,
but
okay. Okay,
they
Van
invited me to
Wilder.
all the parties. I
Okay,
swear
Bert
to God,
Kreischer.
bro.
Bert
I
Kreischer up in
swear,
here.
dude. Dude, I'm not even kidding you. Like, there's some legendary shit I wish I didn't have a flip phone for so I could fucking have pictures to show. It was fucking insane. You know, like all those movies and shit you see about college parties, and you're like, that's gotta not really exist at some point. Dude, it does. And it's in fucking Florida. And it's
Yeah.
like crazy. You're like in a fucking house, dude, elbow to elbow with people, and they have like themes for them, like boats and hose or CEO and office hose. Like it's got to end in hose for some reason, but they're all topless and it's fucking great. The cops don't even break it up, dude. I remember the cops showing up and they were like, they looked inside, went, "Damn, have a good night,"
Yeah.
and like left, dude. I was in awe. I couldn't believe it.
Trying
It's
not
awesome.
trying to make criminals of people, just trying to make sure everybody's safe. That's
Yeah,
the one aspect of the cops that I don't mind is, hey man, if you're just here to keep people safe, and I'm
I
gonna be
love
a lot
that.
more lenient. Yeah. Um, yeah. Okay. So
Fucking
I do want to touch on a few things of how I want the show to go, some format, some things to do. So it was either you or somebody else mentioned to me about how Norm Macdonald used to do knock knock jokes as a writing exercise. So what I would
totally.
so what I would like to do is not necessarily knock knock jokes, but there's different formats of the standard American joke, right? Hold on, I got some notes on here, but basically, so I was thinking like we could do maybe at the beginning of the show say, hey, we got to pick the format, or maybe I pick the topic and you pick the format, and then by the end of the show, maybe we come up with a knock knock joke or what
I just
have
came
you.
up with one.
You would. All right.
I did. I came up with it. It's a one-liner. Can I
Okay.
say it?
Yeah.
Okay. In 2026, why haven't we actually invented earphones?
Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. You better write that down. There's something there. That's got legs. I I like it.
I don't know where a pen is. God damn it.
Well,
Is
we
there
got it
anybody up
record.
there that can write that down for me? Like Jeff or Will?
Croc, take notes of that. Take note of my joke. That's a good one. Yeah.
There's, yeah,
So
so gone.
I came up with one. Yes. Well, we have it recorded, bro. We have it recorded, so we're good. I came up with one yesterday. I was at the gas station. I was pumping my gas, and it had the little television pop up.
Yeah.
The little forced Nazi shows they make you watch. The forced propaganda shows they make you watch.
I was so high, I actually watched it the other day. Like the gas was done pumping, and I sat there and I was like, "Cool."
Listen, you know for a fact they're motivated to capture your attention because if you start pumping and you get distracted, now you just filled your tank and you're like, oh shit, I didn't mean to fill my tank. I guarantee
Yep.
that's happened. I guarantee that's happened. I don't know if that's
Psychology.
their motivation, but that's definitely a second order effect. So here's what I
Big
came up with.
pharma.
So I'm watching the show and they're saying they take this like sunscreen container and they're shoving all their valuables in there and shoving their money and their jewelry and like why do you have all this jewelry at a fucking beach? I don't get it. So they're shoving all this stuff in there and they're like, hey, hide your valuables in a thing of sunscreen, and it put it down there and I was like, damn, that's a good idea. I never thought to look there.
Eric, I don't see your face. I just see your earphone.
you know,
You're not your ear not phone.
I see my face in my screen.
Well, now all
Oh,
I can see. Yeah.
I
I
like
was
how
like,
my
he's
back.
gone.
I like how my. Hey, isn't that funny? So I got a twister. I got a twister blanket up over my window. You see that? And I got my Reese's. That's that's funny. I don't know. I like that. So yeah. So I guess my joke is that's a good idea, and then the punchline is I never thought to look there. Meaning, like, I'm not talking about hiding my shit. I'm like, damn, I never thought when I'm stealing people's stuff at the beach, I never thought to look there. But you're just educating people. Like that's like it's like here's how to avoid a bomb. If you see this thing and it's connected like this to this and this and this, you got a bomb. Like watch out. And it's like you just taught me how to build a bomb. Like that's not you're not doing. um. So I don't know, man. As far as like maybe having a prompt. Well, okay. So how about this? Is we have a prompt, but then we can do different versions of it as we think of it through the episode, right? Maybe.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, absolutely. When I first started my podcast, I fucking like I randomly just writ down. I was like, I'll just do this, and I tried to think, what is another podcast not done yet? And then like I'd be like, oh yeah, they don't. Sometimes they'll cover the news, sure, or whatever, but sometimes we'll do viewer call-ins, but no one really does like these random question interviews and the fucking the truth and dare. And I was like, dude, this is brilliant. So I wrote like 8 fucking interview questions, and all my shit lasted like 2 hours in the beginning. And I was like, this is impossible to edit,
Yeah,
bro.
sure.
So I was like, I'm trimming all this down. So I cut it short, made it an hour, and now it's a lot more viewer friendly. And I'm about to, once I hit the road, I'm gonna edit down even more and just have 3 comedians do 20 minutes apiece, so that way I can release mini episodes and do those once a week. I think that'd be easy.
Okay, okay, okay.
So that way I'm always ahead, but I'm
Yeah,
also more frequent than the 2 week right now.
I like that. I was thinking I definitely like you had us respond to like a story, right? Like a kind of a funny story or something like that. I would like to do reaction videos with my guests of
Yeah.
or funny photos to where they have to tell me like here's an out of context photo, you have to tell me the story around the photo, like you have to tell me what happened or like what led up to it or what happened afterwards. I think that'd be kind of funny, just little writing exercises or things that I definitely would like to do a reaction video. Another thing I'd like to do is maybe some sort of partnership with you. I know sometimes you do stand up on the spot, right? Like sometimes you'll just make somebody go up and do stand up on the bus or something like that, right? Um,
Sometimes.
um, I don't know if say you have somebody bomb on your bus and you're like, you want me to respond to it? You know what I mean? You're like, here, watch this video. Maybe have some sort of like overlap show. I don't know, dude. I'm just saying like some synergy as far as if you had some content that you ever wanted to share with us on stream, I think I'd be willing to do that. If you had somebody that did,
But
somebody has a funny clip in your local scene that you'd like to share, I think that'd be fun. So hey, real quick, let's do a promo. First off, while we're on the topic, we both have beautiful websites that we'd like to promote. Mine being
yeah,
ericwilsonlive.com. You can see where I'm booked. So you can see some clips, things like that. Tyler,
you
I
can currently
feel
see
that
him live.
you can currently see me live right now as we speak. Um, and
Eric
what about
Wilson
you?
is live.
What about you, Tyler?
I also have a website that I currently just got. I'm still working over all the fine details on it, but it's thcomedybus.com. I also have a production company that runs the CH Comedy Bus podcast. We are also in cahoots with a charity project that I had also started called the Human Kindness Project, which will be taking off in September. We're about to set up merch details on the website to where you can buy one and give one. So that way, when you buy one, you also buy another so they can give it out to someone who needs it. And then, fucking, yeah, dude, bunch of shit. I'm out everywhere.
Cool. Yeah, I definitely want to help you out with that project. Definitely want to try to find opportunities for some synergy, find out some ways to help you out. I got about 15 minutes I'm pretty happy with. I'm trying to get to my 20. Once I get to my 20, I'm going to be traveling more. And possibly, wherever you're at is definitely going to be a consideration where I'm trying to be too. So that's going to be fun. It just gives me an
Yeah,
excuse to try to meet up with you, right? Like,
yeah,
oh,
exactly, man.
so I
I
got
already
friends
got
all over
this.
the country
Yeah,
too. So
I feel like I'm gonna be a mobile Airbnb at some point, dude. I got a bunch of friends that are like, dude, hit me up when you're at this state, and I'm like, okay.
when you say mobile Airbnb, I know you're the kind of person to just let people stay with you. But if you were to do it as a fundraiser, I think that's a reasonable request is to say, hey man, you can
Nah.
crash here, but just help offset some of the costs. But that's not you. That's not
Yeah,
you. I don't think.
we'll be making plenty of money on the road. We'll be traveling, doing the bartending. Like we definitely got in good with event staffing, like Event Aces. So we're gonna be bartending a lot of gigs
Good.
after September, and that's real easy money. You know, the gas isn't as bad as you think it is in this bus. So
Really?
like it is a huge tank. Don't get me. It's a 90-gallon tank.
So you
This thing
just
is
fill up in states based on their gas taxes, right?
basically, yeah, and it's so
Like
fucking
fill up in
crazy, dude.
Ohio before you fill up in Indiana or Ohio before you get into Michigan, and you'll have plenty of gas before you get back into Indiana, right?
I drove this 40-foot bus 8.5 hours. I think I burnt through a quarter tank, and some of that, or like a lot of that, was in Michigan and shit. Actually, about where you were, I was driving all over to the beach, dispensaries, Niles, everywhere. So like, it only burnt like a quarter tank of gas going from Indiana all over Michigan and back, just in the bus.
Wow. Did you have a favorite cartoon? Did you say that you had to watch?
Something's in my eye.
Like you said Pokemon. You had a bunch of different things. Like for me, I would say Teenage Mutant Ninja
Oh,
Turtles was like the memorable
love
cartoon that I always
Pokemon.
wanted to watch.
God, Pokemon was so good, dude. You felt the emotions through Ash's fucking heart. You're like, I need a Pikachu. Like the first movie, dude, I cried so hard. I thought my soul left my fucking eyeballs.
Oh my
I was
god.
like, I was like, ah. And then he came
Canon.
back to life. Everyone
Canon.
cried, and the tears brought him back to life. I thought I had something to do with it when I was that age. I was like,
Wow.
yeah. Like,
Wow. I think we just hit on something deep there. Do you want to go further into that, Tyler? I feel like
yeah,
keep going,
yeah, I
bro.
do. I do. I
Keep
was a little
going.
shit. I was a little shit growing up, so I didn't have many friends, right? Like I was like my mom took me to different parks because I would like bite and fight children. Um,
Bite and fight. You said bite
yeah,
and fight? Okay. All right.
yeah,
I'm just checking.
yeah. I don't remember this, but she said I did, so I'm gonna believe her because she's my mom and I have no choice. And fucking like it wasn't until puberty I finally started getting friends because I chilled the fuck out. So for the longest time, dude, I remember being in my room. You know those Disney moments where they're like, "I'm gonna wish so hard for something," and then it comes true. I had one of those in my room, but it didn't come true. I was like, "I want Pokemon to be my friend," and then like, nope. You know what I got though? I got a cat right there. You see her?
Oh yeah.
It's a
I see
custom
it.
cat, dude. It's a custom Pokemon. My friends designed it, but her name is Rain. She's around here somewhere. That's my
You
real life Pokemon dog.
I love your cats, dude. I love your cats. I'm a big fan of your cats. Your cats have a great energy. Your the one lighter colored one that was outside, he reminds
I
me a lot
know
of my cat.
you love Jeff's cat, yeah, dude. Like I love Yang so much. He is such a sweet old man. But yeah, I wish he was mine. He's not. He's Jeffers.
Yeah, you got some good feral cats out there though. I can appreciate that for
They
sure.
are nice. They don't spread rabies as much as you think they would.
No, I wouldn't think cats would spread rabies. I would think raccoons would spread. Yo, okay, all right. Listen, 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 listen. I want to talk about Jimothy. Can we talk about
I'm all
Jimothy?
I'm all ears. What is Jimothy? Yeah,
All right, here it comes. Here it comes. I'm looking up Jimothy.
it's not coming. It's never coming. You're just
Look at,
edging
look
me.
at, look at, look at, look at, look at. Oh my god! I fucking hate it here. I hate it here. I hate it here. Did y'all see that? Did you guys see that? Please tell me you saw that. Okay, so just to recap for you, Tyler, what we just saw was I Googled Jimothy and a cute little cartoon character ran across my screen after I Googled Jimothy. And I gotta be honest, man, I understand the sentiment, but this whole Jimothy craze is kind of a little crazy. It's I think it's want to talk about double standards. I think that I don't
Break
know.
it down.
I think it's a kind of a weird way of supporting the disabled but without actually supporting the disabled. I think it's a feel good thing that makes people. I don't like it.
I like that.
I got to be
I like
honest.
you don't like supporting the disabled.
I don't think that's what I said. I feel like that's not what I said. Um,
It's okay. They have wheelchairs to support them. They are they have support. You don't need to. You can rest.
I just I think women the same women that are sharing stuff on Jimothy are not trying to give a disabled man a handy, and I think that's a clear case of double standards. If we're being
That is
honest,
discrimination.
yeah, yeah. I don't
What?
think that's ADA compliant. I don't know what I'm talking about. I think I'm gonna stop.
Is this like a whole inside thing that I don't know about? Is this why I haven't had a hand job?
I'll be honest. I've never gotten a good hand job. If we're
Oh,
while we're on the topic.
no, I can't say that I haven't.
Listen, but even a bad one's still a good one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. Well, I don't know. Sometimes a bad one is still a bad one, dude. They'll just like they don't stop and they hit your balls the whole time, so it's like light
Oh.
flicking, and you're like,
Mm.
ah, I'm never gonna come.
That's like taking seconds, like kissing your sister, which is still pretty cool, but it's not as cool as kissing someone else's sister.
Who said that? Joe Dirt.
My wrestling coach used to say
Oh
that.
shit.
It's like I'll say stuff to my dad sometimes, like stuff that he'll tell me, and he's like Ricky Bobby's dad. He's like, "Who said that?" I'm like, "You did." He's like, "I never said that." I'm like, "Yeah, you did." My dad doesn't think there's anybody in the family that's autistic, and I'm like, Dad, you told me the story about how back in the day you guys would have a cookout and the non-verbal kid would steal everybody's keys out of their cars while they were parked, and he's like that's not autistic, that's the R word. I'm like, well, it's kind of the same thing, and never mind. God, why do I do that? Why do I do
You're
that? I
great.
just
No, dude, I love it. I love dark humor. I just thought about this joke too. It's another one-liner I just thought
okay.
of. The R word is acceptable in Boston because they can't pronounce
so what does it? So what does it sound like? Like what they don't say is like
I thought it.
oh,
I thought it.
dude.
It sounds like a tater tot casserole name. I thought it.
Dude, I like that. You can say it there because nobody understands them anyways or whatever. That's funny.
I thought it.
I don't know, man. Okay, so like while we're on the subject, how do you self censor? Do you find yourself self censoring? Um,
No.
do you try pushing things and trying to be clever? Like how do you approach stuff where somebody would okay, here let me set the stage. You're in a room, there's a couple of people in that room that are not fans of certain words when certain people say certain words, and in your set you're planning on saying that word, or you would normally say that word, or you would maybe insinuate that word, or I'm not saying the gamer word, I'm just saying like just more of a general broad base of gray area words.
Okay, so that's like my specialty. So I like to edge these things. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
okay.
And so my jokes are never one-sided political. You know what I mean? Like they will be both-sided. Like I'll be like, "Hey, man, we finally, we got a president that's a felon." You know what I mean? And they're just like, "Oh," and I was like, "Yeah, I have a chance, dude. Like I could
Yeah.
be the president. Like how cool." And it's kind of two-sided. Or I have this one joke that I love, and it's like, I feel in 2026 everyone's really getting triggered. I mean, trigger this, trigger that. Sorry, trigger. And then like it like edges it, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? However, I cadence over it, but like I try these jokes in like the areas that I should be getting shot in, right? And they love it. And it's like it's just they're like, man, I love this guy. And I'm like, I love you too, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you just got to be cool, man. So, it's really, yeah. Like
How
I
how
love edging that.
how important is it for you when you're setting up your set? You're saying that's a little harsh. I'm going to save it towards the end. I'm going to butter people up towards the beginning. Do you have a framework when you know there's going to be something maybe a little pushy? Do
Well,
you even think about it?
um,
Do you even?
I mean, no, I don't really do it. Like I try to just like learn from my writing class and set up my jokes in the way that they are. But if I'm doing sets in like if I'm doing like a dark set, like a straight dark set, just to see how it works, if I can like I start them off with something not as bad as like what the last joke is going to be about, but I get them eased into it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite one-liners, and it's just like if I feel like I'm really fucking up a set, I'll just be like, "Fuck it, dude. I'll end it on this," and it gets them every time. I love this, dude. I don't even know if I should say this because
You don't
it's
need out of context. It might not be good if you don't want to. Don't worry about it. If you
no,
don't want to put your closer out there, that's understandable too.
it's not exactly a quote. It's just a one-liner. It's just a cute little one-liner I
Hmm.
made up fucking when I was like 15. But what is the best way to get gum out of your hair?
I know this. We'll let the audience simmer on it for a second. Maybe somebody guess in the chat.
Cancer.
Ooh, that gets rid of hair, gum in the hair for sure. Yeah.
So your
Oh,
initial reaction, yeah, was just the best though.
yeah. My initial, like, yeah.
Yeah, because you
So,
knew what the fuck was going. You're like, oh shit.
yeah. So, I would say for me is I try to be likable and I try to get them on my side because that just makes stuff easier at the end. I like to do a callback. Callback's kind of a cheat code to start my show.
Callbacks are amazing. I
I
usually like to do a callback as my finisher.
yeah.
Yeah,
I can definitely think of funny things to say. If I listen to every word of everybody's set, I feel I could make a set out of calling back.
yeah.
If I have seven people before me, I feel I can almost do a minute on every person before me generally. If I felt
Yeah,
motivated to do so. I did a full set on that once where I just did nothing but callbacks. That was pretty funny. But
I do that, man. I'll write down some like ideas or jokes or whatever, just to like fucking feel the temperature of the room, and it usually kills.
and here's another
They're
thing
great.
too is I have so much stuff that I'm working on. There's times where somebody will bring up a topic that I have a premise on, and I can have a joke on a premise that standalone won't get much, but as a callback to a previous comics premise gets a good laugh. I don't know if
And
it's
it's
like if they think like I just thought of it or it's like I don't know, but it's dude, it's like a cheat code, man. And starting off with a good premise is definitely like a good cheat code.
yeah, it warms them up, and they're totally invested in what you got to say, and it also really helps you deliver your shit. You know what I mean? Because they're already engaged, they're already warmed up, and when you're coming out swinging like that, they're like, all right, this guy's fucking coming with heat. Let's go. Like, cause I'm looking at it like an audience member, dude. I fucking love it when people do that.
You know,
Like,
you got to come
or
out.
Hans
You got to
Zimmer.
come out swinging, dude. You have to.
Yeah. Or Hans
Um,
Zimmer started his minute on Kill Tony with that, and it blew me away. I was like, dude, fuck yeah. He's like,
So,
I love what you guys did with that fucking asshole just now. That was amazing. I was like,
yeah. Um, I I went to a concert, a free concert, like a free community park concert in Grand Rapids the other day, and it's a band from Cleveland that I normally drive to Cleveland. Like I don't drive to Cleveland to see, but when I'm in Cleveland, it's usually at a festival that they're playing at. So
yeah, you
I
schemer.
I was chatting with them afterwards, and it was funny because the lead singer grew up on a bus. He grew up on a bus. He grew up at a
Weird.
festival place. His entire family was in a band. He was basically grew up in a jam band on a bus, bro. Oh my god.
Oh,
So
that's so
he
awesome.
so he stage presence, blah blah blah. Blah. He could be a stand-up comic if he wanted to. He has funny things he does in between songs and stuff. But he comes out and it's like they didn't know how to take him, dude. They don't know who he is, anything. So like he starts off with like some jokes and just nothing, dude. And I'm like, I couldn't relate more than to him like try to come out and be funny and people just not knowing how to take him because they're like, no, 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 we're here for bluegrass. Shut up, dude. We're here for bluegrass. And it's like he's like,
No,
no,
you're
I'm
not.
still gonna do it. He's like, you're here for both, actually. So
You're here.
I talked to him afterwards because they did an hour set and then a 15-minute break and then an hour set, and I only have seen him in 45-minute sets, so it was really cool to see an extended set. So I got to talk to him afterwards. I was like, it was really funny seeing them warm up to you through the sets because they did not know how to take you. He's like, oh yeah, he's like and I could tell he did his set specific. It was slower and the energy picked up towards the end, and it crescendoed to like some of the most high energy songs at the end. So I noticed that before I talked to him. So then when I talked to him, he verified what I was already picking up on how he formatted it and stuff. And he's like, yeah, he's like, we could tell they're a tight group. We had to kind of slowly open them up, you know. And he's like, sometimes it's fun to do the opposite. And I was like, yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. So
Love
yeah,
crescendos,
it
especially with a
transfers.
little butter on them. Yeah.
Yeah, it transfers, right? Like performance transfers, and like it's really cool seeing people who've been literally doing something their entire life and seeing what they're doing and how they're doing it, right? And then verifying it with them, like, yeah, that is exactly what we did. And like, okay, cool. I'm picking up on the sauce, right? I'm picking up on the recipe. Like, I'm understanding because I feel like Michael Vick, who played football his entire life and didn't start reading defenses through halfway through his NFL career, to where he's like, oh, maybe I should do this. Maybe this will make me better. Like, yeah, you should have been doing this. And the fact that you haven't been doing it this long and still succeeding is crazy. So,
Yeah. It's like it's why I want to take like a theater class because I see a bunch of theater guys starting comedy and they look like they've been doing this shit for a couple years because like they already have this
mhm.
like the act outs and the stage presence. Like it's like when a basketball player takes a dance class to learn like fucking footwork on the court. You know what I mean? Like it's just
MMA.
shit to sharpen you up.
A lot of athletes do MMA training for the same thing. It's just different muscles. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I want to take a theater class for comedy.
And that's where even I'm considering doing roasts. Is I don't specifically want to do roasts. I don't think specifically I would do good at roasts, but I think it's a good exercise. It's another muscle. And
Yeah.
I don't think I don't think I would necessarily be, you know what? I don't want to use self-limiting
Can I plug
language.
something?
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah, dude.
The roast
Fucking.
battle?
So we got the very first roast battle championship round coming up August 12th at Helium Comedy Club. Your boy is hosting.
Oh, hell
It's
yeah.
going to be so fucking lit, dude. I have so much energy. It's going to be like a CERN collider in there. The
Yeah.
fucking audience is going to be the most ravaged crowd you'd ever seen,
I
bro.
believe
You
that.
cannot pack enough people into this tiny little fucking room. It's usually a sold out show. So whoever's watching, I would get your fucking ticket, dude, because it is going to be a bloodbath. And also have another roast battle that I'm going to be participating in on the 15th of August, and that's all the way in Michigan. Let me real quickly look up where it is.
At the Rex, I think.
Yes, yes, the
Pol
Rex Theater,
Tipton, Michigan, I think.
Morenci,
Okay. Yeah, my
Morenci,
bad.
Michigan.
My bad. And wow,
No,
yeah,
you're good.
cool.
I was looking at it. Yeah,
And
8 p.m.
and so, do you have a national ranking in the roast battle, or is your battles have ranking? I wasn't quite, I didn't quite understand
So
that.
yeah, so RBL is an international system, and the Indianapolis just got their very own chapter. Like we just started it up, and we've been bringing heat when it comes to some of these battles. And actually, your boy recently just got number 7 in the world out of 16 international cities and 2,000 comedians. Um, so definitely check it out. All you have to do is look up top 7 roast battle in the world, and it pops right up.
Top
Uh,
seven.
yeah, literally, it's so cool, dude. I'm like, yes, this is so neat.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
I like it.
yeah, dude. So it's definitely something to take pride in, but it's not even like a big secret, or it shouldn't be anyway. But if you ever consider on doing roast battles, again, it's not an ego thing. What it is like giving the people the best show.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when I
Not
first started
everybody's
roast
like
battle,
that. The good ones are, right?
yeah. So with you wanting to start, this is things I would heavily consider. My first roast battle, I lost because I went in too personal, right? So it was basically a roast battle for only him and his girlfriend. No one else knew this shit about him. I was sitting here making gold jokes for just him and his girlfriend. You know what I mean? So scratch at the surface. Appearances, jobs, whatever, like right there at the surface. Number 2, fucking don't get hung up on writing. Write down a shit ton of shit, and then like fuse a lot of them together, and then get rid of the fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? 3, get with your opponent. This is the most important one. We want to put on the best show we possibly can. If your opponent is not up to par with where your writing is, this show's gonna suck, dude. The only reason we got 7th in the world is because I got together with Carter a month before, and I said, "Here's all my jokes, bro," because he hit me with some like really kind of PG stuff. I think he was wanting to be nice, and I was like, "No, bro, I want blood. I want the best fucking show of the night. Like this is what I got. You know what I mean? This is just what I wrote overnight. We'll fix it up, get with each other, so
Hmm.
that way our rebuttals hit hard, fucking everything, dude. You know what I mean? And obviously the results were there. So um, definitely, if you're considering a roast battle, I would take those 3 pieces of advice in like heavy consideration. You know what I mean? Like I had Brian Moses review my shit, dude. That motherfucker was just on Kill Tony panel.
Hmm.
Like been doing this shit for like 20, 30 years now.
I call it the roast date. You got to have the roast date. Not everybody does
Yeah.
that, but it's definitely the difference between a regular roast battle and like, what are you trying to do? I think at the end of the day, sometimes we forget what we're trying to do it for, and it's not for ourselves. It's not for ourselves.
It's
It's
to
it's for the
entertain.
audience. Yeah, it's to entertain the audience. It's
Yeah,
not.
we want to make them laugh as much as possible, and that's
Mhm.
exactly what we did, dude. We fucking dominated, bro.
I
Loved
I
it.
I notice I subconsciously notice energy of motivation of what people are doing and why they're doing it. So I'm pretty forgiving on a lot of things of why people do it based on their what I think their motivation is. And like, well, that's their motivation, so I understand why they're acting like this or doing this or whatever. But a good roast battle requires requires the
Right.
vulnerability and requires of
Yeah.
you're not just going to have somebody come in here and tank everything and be the big badass, right? It's
Right.
it's for the yeah. See, the having a one-sided battle doesn't get your battle ranked nationally, and having good battles is better for the indie market. So
Right.
having better individual battles and doing those things is going to be better. So yeah, that's cool. I would say I think I would be more interested, at least short term, maybe even long term, of just helping people write roast battles, roast jokes. So I think I would say is I would be interested in maybe in your next battle sitting in on some brainstorming a little bit. Maybe having you show me a couple of the jokes that you have. Maybe start learning the format. So it's like Picasso, right? You got to learn the rules to learn how to break them. So
Dude,
it's
yeah,
almost like I don't even.
I'll send you like my past roast battles, dude, so you can kind
Mhm.
of like look on how they're written. You know what I
I
mean?
I
Because
would
like you
I
can
would
pick up the
rather
flow on it.
I'd rather break down the formula with you and then watch them, right? And I did, mind you, I did watch the one where you dressed up. I watched that one, but I think I'm I'm the kind of person that I just very very passively participate in this stuff. I'm not really breaking it down, right? So like
It's fun.
I
It's
need to
only
have
fun
that
in the sense,
conversation to know what to look for, kind of deal. And it's like, yeah, I'll pick it up
yeah.
after a long time of watching it, but
Well, it's really good to have just because it's burnable material as well. You know what I mean? It's stuff that'll never happen again. So
hmm
you'll be able to clip that, you know what I mean, and post it out, and those usually get like lots of views, you know
hmm
what I mean? So if you're trying to help your own page, it's great. And everyone loves a roast battle, dude. Everyone likes someone getting picked apart artistically. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool.
Okay, you jogged my memory on something I wanted to mention was there is I find it with comedy, politics, I find there's overlap. There's some flavors
It's
of
got to be funny.
sides. There's flavors of sides that appear sometimes. There's obviously overlap with Kill Tony. There's obviously, people who like and people who hate Kill Tony. There's obviously political overlap. And it's
I
nothing
wouldn't call
new.
that a social standard. That's just because Tony, on behalf of the
Go
president, was
ahead.
able to do that and like did all those things about Puerto Rico, and now he's cool with them. You know what I mean? Like he has this social standard and where he's untouchable right now, and he's setting a new standard for comics everywhere. It's kind of crazy.
Go a little deeper on that. I feel like you got a little bit more to say on that. Like
Uh,
as far as the
I
standard.
mean,
Well, just on the standard. Like, tell me what you think about it, what you mean by that.
well, okay, so you know how in 2020 everything started getting nerfed. You know what I mean? Like it started happening a little bit before that, but in 2020
Okay.
everyone really started getting hair triggered over everything. And this is like real thing. And then at some point, this show, Kill Tony, started like getting grossly huge. I mean, massively huge to the point where people couldn't ignore it anymore. The president was hiring him to, fucking do jokes on his little thing or whatever. You know what I mean? Like
hmm
it got big. And with that voice, he started normalizing like playful racism and playful making fun of cripples and stuff like that. When in reality, man, he's just booking all these like amazing, funny people. And he's setting a new social standard that is desensitizing what was triggering so many people. Like
hmm
back in the '90s, we could call people a derogatory gay term to our friends, and we knew that they weren't actually, getting rammed. Like
Yeah.
we just called them
That
that
we know
because,
of. Yeah.
yeah, or whatever have you. So like, and now it's kind of like getting back to it, and it's I don't know, it's just different. You know what I
Uh,
mean?
uh,
And
uh,
I don't have a problem with it.
another. So I definitely picked up on your point when you said as far as the hair triggering. And obviously the pendulum started swinging the other way. Kill Tony was obviously
Hmm.
part of that. Shane Gillis was part of that. Obviously, he did get
Yep.
canceled, and he fought back and ended up back. We all know the story.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
Shane Gillis came to mind too, and I find it there's obviously I feel that Shane's interesting because I think that he gets more of a pass than Kill Tony to most people, but I think he is probably uh I don't want to say just as bad because I'm not trying to like put any like good or bad to anything. But what some people would he plays the fence a lot better than most, and he definitely phrases things meticulously in a way to where it's really hard to hang him up on stuff anymore. He would obviously. And the funny thing is, the thing he got canceled for was just him doing that in just a slightly sloppier way of what he normally does, which is framing things in a way of making fun of the racists, making fun of the people. Like he's obviously a big. I don't want to say advocate because it's not like he wants people with Down syndrome, but he's definitely a big supporter of people with Down syndrome. He has somebody in his family with Down syndrome. He's like, they're the boys, bro. They love John Cena. Like they're the
I was
boys.
gonna say
They're just the boys.
he's,
Like, and I don't
he's
normalizing the
literally the biggest
conversation,
supporter. Yeah.
like normalizing the socialization and normalizing them participating within society. And part of that conversation is not making them a protected class, of treating them like everybody else. And you got to let that you in a group of friends, anybody who isn't allowed to be made fun of isn't a friend. So I think that by Shane Gillis's standards is we're gonna respectfully make fun with them. We're gonna we're playfully I don't know. The way he frames it and the way he phrases his things is definitely intentional and it's out of respect. And what was it like? He was on a podcast with I think Schultz, and Schultz said something. He's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" And it's like, "What?" Schultz is like, "Oh, you're gonna be sensitive now." And Shane does a good job of corrective behavior in a way of that a motherly dog would correct their pup. Like, I'm not hurting you, but I'm just letting you know limits, right? We have boundaries, and that boundaries are okay. It's okay to have boundaries.
Doing the dog thing from that dog whisper.
Yeah, yes. So, I'm not
God
I'm not
damn it.
against like the thing is I if I'm trying new things, I might say stuff that out of context or even within context don't look that great. But it's almost like, hey, listen, I'm trying to learn how to walk here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stumble a few times, and oh my god, the truth comes out, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I'm listening.
The truth comes out.
I'm borrowing this
Yeah, I bet you are.
from a friend.
Yeah. Oh my god. So I mean,
Um,
basically, I think we need to give some people grace. I think it's fair to not be fans of people. It's fair to not want to associate with other comics in your community. I think we're brought together by our joined love of comedy, and that doesn't necessarily mean we all have to get along and be friends. Um, some people are going to say stuff other people don't like, but I think at the basis of the open mics, especially the open mics, is we're trying things. I'm learning how to walk still as a comic in general. I'm still trying to find my voice. Um, I would hope people, I would hope I'd give people the grace that I would hope people would give me. But once you start getting to book shows and stuff like that, you start building a voice. And hey, man, people choose to work with you. People choose to give you opportunities. People choose to bring you into an opportunity. Hey, this guy's a little edgy. I'm gonna bring him into the show. We'll see how it goes. Kind of, I don't know, man. It's all fair. At the end of the day, I just want to make people laugh. I want to hang
yeah.
out with people that make me laugh. And when I do shows and try to put shows together, try to be part of shows, I want to be part of a funny room. I want to make, So I guess I don't know where I was going with all of that.
Well, okay. Well, I'll just hang on to one part that you said of it because, like you said, you're trying to find your voice. Honestly, your cadence is you. So what makes you funny off the stage is what's going to make you funny on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
The whole point of like really being a good comedian is knowing what jokes work, remembering those jokes, and then just adding your cadence on top of those jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Like the more open mics you do, the more comfortable you feel with the stage. If you start blending
Mm-hmm.
like your mindset that the stage is like, your home, you're just so used to it, dude, you fucking get up there and kill every time.
Yeah, I'm finding that comfort level. I really enjoy hitting those milestones where every time you think you're figuring something out, you hit a new milestone and you realize how much more you still need to learn. But yeah, it's like slowly stepping up, climbing up a mountain of like every little bit you look back and you're like, okay, I am making progress. I'm starting to see over the trees. I'm starting to see over the buildings. I'm starting to you can kind of look back and zoom out a little bit and realize what you're doing and what you and how it's going. And I've been hitting a couple milestones lately. I did 3 open mics in one night. I did two in the next, so 5 open mics within 2 days. I know that's normal for some people who are trying to chase this. They're doing that all the time, but that's few and far between for me. I'm doing at least once a
No,
week.
dude,
So,
that's like small compared to what it's supposed to be. Like we have to
mm-hmm,
be doing this shit like 4, 5, 6 times a fucking day.
mm-hmm,
Like if we want to be serious about it. That's
yeah,
why I'm literally just like wanting to work festivals, travel, and then also fucking hit all these open mics because I can afford to in this bus.
mm-hmm,
You know what I mean? And that's like why it's the American dream, trying to chase that shit, use my
mm-hmm,
talents and whatnot. And fucking that's what we're doing. September we're gonna be hitting the road. Look us up.
yeah,
Fucking
hell yeah.
that's not gay.
No, it's close, but it's not quite.
Yeah, I couldn't connect on it.
Yeah. Yeah. So like I said, I feel like I got about roughly 15 I'm pretty happy with. I need to stretch that to 20. I want to start hitting up the feature sets Friday and Saturday nights, trying to travel to
Yep.
Indy, Chicago, and Detroit. I got a decent job, so I'm finally in a position to where I feel I can start doing that regularly and go from there, man. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do a year from now, where I'm going to be a year from now, but I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying it a lot more than I expected. I just was doing it to do it, and
Yeah, just
yeah.
do it more. You're good. Keep at
Thanks,
it.
dude. Oh yeah. I don't know about you, man. I feel like that's a pretty good spot to send her home, dude.
Yeah, I want to
Um,
take a shit and get some actual cereal.
yeah. So that's funny. So that being said, man, we're gonna the plans to do this every Sunday, but obviously if I have something going on. Tyler, as far as I'm concerned, anytime you want to be on the show, you're more than welcome to join me. And in fact, if there was ever a time where I couldn't do the show, and if you wanted to take over hosting duties and do it, I'd be more than happy to do that. I think that'd be cool. Shout out last minute promos, brother, before we say goodbye.
Okay, so anybody that's watching, check out the THComedy Bus podcast. It is actually funny. That is what I keep hearing verbatim from motherfuckers. I don't know if I
Actually,
should be, yeah, I don't know if I should be taking it as an insult or just a point of compliments, but sure, it's actually funny. It's let's see, we got the August 12th roast battle. I will be doing at Helium. That's in Indianapolis on 10th West Georgia Street, Indianapolis, Indiana. Go check it out. It's at 7:30. I'll be hosting, and then the other one is in the Rex Theater in Michigan at 8 p.m. I will be in that one, and I'm going to be facing Toy Too Tall. I
she's funny,
hope I'm
dude.
saying that right.
Pretty
Yeah,
sure
she
it is.
is.
She's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, so I am excited to be facing an opponent
Yeah.
that I have not met yet. So
Cool, man.
let's go.
Awesome. Hey, thank you so much for joining me today, man. Anytime you want.
Absolutely.
And we'll talk to you real soon, man. Thanks, brother.
Bet. Much love.
See ya.
Peace.